Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this What If story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝗵𝗃 on Wattpad. Now let's start. Doctor, I'm sorry Ms. Midoriya, but your son is quirkless. 3. That is what the doctor said to the mother 𝐒𝐻𝐁𝐵. 𝗂𝗏, oh no. Are you sure he is quirkless? Doctor, I'm afraid so Ms. Midoriya. The mother looked at her son who was staring at the floor in shock. One time skip. Mom, can I become a hero like All Might? The small green-headed boy asked his mother. 𝗂𝗏, I'm so sorry Izuku, she said as she gave Izuku a hug as she was in tears. Izuku, that is what my mother said to me when I asked if I could be a hero. My name is Izuku Midoriya, I am 16 years old, I'm quirkless. In this world there are people with unique powers that are all different that are called quirks. 80% of the population have quirks at birth, while the other 20% of are born quirkless. 5. Izuku narrated this as he was running to his school. He makes it in class and sits down waiting for his teacher to begin class. Teacher, alright class, today we are going to have you fill out a form of what you want your occupation to be. The class begin to groan and complain. Teacher, I'm just kidding. I know you want to be heroes, he says as he throws the forms in the air. The class start to celebrate using their quirks except Izuku and 𝗵𝗃𝗲. Teacher, alright class, calm down, you know quirk usage is illegal. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, come on teacher, don't compare me with these extras, he said with a grin. The students except Izuku. Hey, what the heck 𝗵𝗃𝗲, you wanna throw down? 𝗵𝗃𝗲, shut up you extras, he said, letting little explosions come out of his hands. Teacher, I see you want to go to UA, am I correct 𝗵𝗃𝗲? Students, no way you're going to UA. The hardest school to enter. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, you're DMN right you extras. If I want to become the #1 hero, then I need to go to the #1 hero school in Japan, he said, standing on his desk. Teacher, Midoriya, you want to go to UA, am I right? For he froze as the class looked at him. He then put his head down and they started laughing at him. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, you think you can get into UA Deku? He said as he slams his hand on Izuku's desk. Izuku, maybe, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, keep dreaming, without a quirk you're just a useless Deku, he said as he blows the desk up, making Izuku hit the floor. 1. Izuku, well maybe I don't need a quirk to be a hero. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, what was that Deku? Izuku, the class, is the quirkless loser gonna cry? / how can a quirkless loser be a hero? They all insulted him, called him mean names and even threw paper ball at him, and he snapped. 1. Izuku, maybe I don't need a quirk Katsuki, he said in tears. The class went quiet. They were surprised by him yelling at 𝗵𝗃𝗲, and 𝗵𝗃𝗲 was shocked. He never called him by his name. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, are you talking back to me? Izuku, maybe I am Katsuki. Teacher, enough, both of you, he said as he slammed his desk with his hands. The class went silent and went back to their desks. The class were quiet after that, and class resumed to studying and other school things. Class ended and most of the class left. Izuku was putting his stuff away in his bag. As he picked up his hero notebook, 𝗵𝗃𝗲 snatched it from his hand. Izuku, give it back Kaken, he said, reaching out for the notebook. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, calling me Kaken again huh? Where was that confidence when you were talking back to me? Backs away for Izuku's reach. Izuku, just give it back Kaken, he said, reaching out for it once more. 𝗵𝗃𝗲 exploded the notebook and threw out the window. Izuku's eyes widened and he tried to catch it, but he missed and it fell in the water. Izuku, 𝗵𝗃𝗲, because you're just a useless Deku. Izuku, I just want to be a hero like All Might. Izuku was still facing away from 𝗵𝗃𝗲, but what 𝗵𝗃𝗲 saw yet next changed the way he saw 𝗵𝗃𝗲. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, I know a way you can get a quirk. Izuku perked up, thinking that there was a way to get a quirk. 8. 𝗵𝗃𝗲, how about you take a swan dive off the school rooftop? For Izuku's eyes widened as he felt betrayed, sad, but most of all anger. Izuku, shut up, he said in a quiet tone, trying to hold in his anger. Bakugo, what was that, Deku? Izuku, I said dash, he said as he turned around in quick motion. Izuku, shut up, he shouted as he threw a punch at Bakugo. One Bakugo easily dodged it and blew Izuku up in the gut, causing Izuku to fall back holding his gut. 3 Bakugo, you try that again and I'll kill you, Deku, he shouted as he kicked Izuku in the stomach. Izuku let out a shout of pain as Bakugo continued to beat him down. After the beat down Izuku got, we see Izuku beat up on the floor. He begins to get up, struggling to stand on his 2 feet. He stood up for a bit, trying to balance himself as he was still hurt. He grabbed his backpack and slowly made his way out of the school, and went to grab his hero notebook that was being eaten by fishes. Izuku, get away from that. It's not fish food, stupid fish, he said as he picked up his notebook that was soaked in water. 2 He left the school grounds and began going home. Izuku, why would Kachikatsuki say such a hurtful thing? He said to himself as he began to walk through the underpass, or is it a tunnel? Maybe both. I'll figure it out later. 5 As he was thinking to himself, we see a spider hanging by a thread of a web and it lands on Izuku's backpack without him noticing. 2 The spider begins to crawl on the collar of Izuku's shirt and onto the back of Izuku's neck. 4 Izuku felt something on the back of his neck. But before he could do anything, the spider bites him and he winces in pain. He smacks the back of his neck, killing the spider, and wipes the spider off of his hand. Suddenly slime begins to rise from a sewer hole. Izuku notices it and begins to back away from the slime, revealing it to be the slime villain. Slime villain, you'll do perfect as a skin suit, he says as he grabs Izuku. Izuku begins to thrash violently, trying to save himself, but to no avail. Izuku, am I going to die? I can't die now. I want to be able to save at least one person. Please, I can't die, not now, Izuku said, still trying to save himself from the villain's grasp. Slime villain, stop struggling. My body is made of a liquid, so even if you try to struggle, you'll only make this more painful for yourself. Izuku's vision was beginning to fade. His grip slowly started to lose his grip. Plus Izuku, 2M sorry mum. Suddenly the manhole the slime villain went through flew open, revealing a tall, muscular man with a big smile on his face. Don't worry, why? He said as he pulled his fist back. Because I am here, he said as he punched the slime villain, blowing the slime villain to bits. Izuku barely saw the muscular man, but he knew who he was when he said those words. Izuku, All Might, he thought to himself before passing out. Izuku wakes up to see All Might lightly smacking his face in order to wake up. Izuku, All Might, he shouted in shock that the hero he looked up to was standing in front of him. All Might, yes, it is I, All Might, he said, striking a pose. Izuku, it is an honor yo be in your presence, sir. Please sign my notebook, he said as he pulled out his notebook. He looked at his notebook and it was already signed by All Might. Izuku, you already signed it. All Might, glad you're happy, but I must take this villain to jail, he said as he turned around, getting ready to leap away. Izuku, but I still have so much question for him, he thought to himself, reaching out for him. All Might, anyways, take care now, bye, he said as he jumped away. See, was in the air. Izuku was hanging onto All Might's leg. All Might, hey, what are you doing? Let go, he said, trying to get Izuku off him. Izuku, in no way I'll die at this height if I let go now, he screamed while holding on for dear life. One All Might, woo, he said as he landed onto the roof of a building. One after that they were on the roof. All Might was ready to jump away again, but was stopped by Izuku cause he asked a question. Izuku, it All Might. All Might, sorry boy, but I do not have the time right now. Izuku, can I be a hero even though I am quirkless? All Might began to smoke up and Izuku noticed this and saw a skinny man. Izuku, sure not All Might, who are you? Small Might, calm down kid, I'm All Might. To Izuku, what happened to you? Small Might explains what happened to him and shows Izuku his scar. Small Might, and to answer your question kid. Izuku looked up thinking that All Might would say he can be a hero. Small Might, I'm sorry to tell you this kid, but you can't be a hero without a quirk. 7 Izuku, Small Might, I'm sorry kid, but there are others ways to help people, like a police officer or a doctor. Izuku fell to his knees and started to tear up. Small Might, it's okay to have dreams but make sure you can accomplish them, he said as he left. As Small Might left Izuku on the building, Izuku began to cry to himself. He knew that it was true, but it still hurt that even the hero he looked up to said he couldn't be a hero without a quirk. After Izuku finished crying to himself, he got up and left the building. He was upset. He realized he couldn't be a hero without a quirk. It was impossible. As Izuku was heading home, he saw a villain fight going on down the street and decided to check it out. He thought to himself that there was no point in doing this, but it didn't hurt to see what was going on. He saw the villain that attacked him. Izuku, but All Might took him out, he thought to himself, until he realized that he held on to All Might, which knocked the bottles that the slime villain was in. He looked around and saw Small Might watching. Izuku, All Might's time is out, he can't do anything. He looked at the slime villain to see who he captured and saw a girl captured by the slime villain. Hey, you thought it was Bakugo, huh? I decided to change it up a bit. Izuku, it's all my fault, he thought to himself as he looked at his hands. He looked back at the villain and the girl looked at Izuku right in the eye. Izuku froze and he saw her eyes filled with tears begging for help. Izuku immediately started running after the girl. Izuku, it's my fault, so I must take responsibility and help her, he thought to himself as he ran towards her. Heroes, hey stop! What are you doing? The heroes yelled at him telling him to stop, but he didn't listen. Slime villain, it's you again, you brat, he said as he swung at Izuku. Suddenly Izuku dodges the attack. Izuku ignores it as he is still focusing on saving the girl. For he throws his backpack at the slime villain, hitting him in the eye. Slime villain, 𝐒𝐩𝐢𝐫 demon brat, the villain said as he held its eye. This gives Izuku the cancer to grab the girl and pull her out. 25 Small Might witnessed this and begins to feel inspired by Izuku's brave acts of heroism. Small Might, I should be ashamed of myself for watching from the side. This kid is saving the girl even though he has no powers of his own, he thinks to himself as he begins to buff up. Izuku has the girl in his arms and the slime villain gains his vision back. Slime villain, I'll squish you like the bug you are, he says as he raises his hand preparing to crush the two teens. They both close their eyes preparing to take the hit. But they feel nothing and look up to see All Might in his buff form protecting them. All Might, I can be 𝐒𝐽 that I wasn't living up to my own ideals, he said blocking the attack. Slime villain, All Might, stay away, he said launching another attack. All Might, Texas, he said pulling his arm back. All Might, smash, he said punching a huge amount of wind at the slime villain. The crowd watching begins to cheer for All Might. As the fight was over, Izuku was lectured about running in. Izuku was later free from the lecture and began walking home, until the girl that Izuku saved came up to him. Girl, wait. Izuku looked back and saw the girl running up to him. She gave him a hug, surprising the broccoli boy, causing him to blush a little. Girl, thank you so much for saving me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be alive right now. Izuku, but it was All Might who saved you. I barely did anything but cause trouble. Girl, are you kidding me? You pulled me away from the villain and you were dodging his attacks. It was so cool, she said, limiting him. Izuku when he was dodging the attacks. Girl, by the way, what's your quirk? Izuku, I'm quirkless, he said looking down. He was scared that the girl would hate him and leave. Girl, you did all of that and you were quirkless? You're so cool, she said jumping up and down. Izuku, he said looking up at her. Girl, I don't care if you're quirkless. You saved me and that's all that matters, she said as she grabbed his hands. Girl, thank you again for saving me, she said as she held his hand with hers. Izuku was blushing hard cause the girl didn't care that he was quirkless, also because she was extremely close and was holding his hands. The girl realized what she was doing and started to blush. Girl, oh sorry, she said letting go. Izuku, it's okay, I don't mind it at all, he said smiling at her. The girl blushed as she saw his smile. It was so bright and appealing she couldn't help but stare more at him smiling. Izuku, Anyways, what's your name? He asked the girl who was still staring at him while blushing. Izuku, hello. He said, waving his hand in front of her face. Girl, oh sorry, what did you ask? She said, calming herself down. Izuku, what your name? Kendo, oh my name is Itsuka Kendo, but you can call me Kendo. She said, holding her hand out for a handshake. 13 Izuku, my name is Izuku Midoriya, and you can call me Izuku. He said, shaking her hand. They both kept shaking hands and Kendo felt his hand and it was soft and warm and she didn't want to let go. Izuku, we have been shaking hands for a while now, Kendo. Oh sorry. She said, letting go as she was slightly disappointed that she had to let go of his hand. They stood there in awkward silence until Izuku spoke up. Izuku, well, it's getting late, I should get home. He said, breaking the awkward silence. Kendo, alright. She said as she turned around about to leave until Izuku spoke up again saying, Izuku, would you like me to walk you home? He asked Kendo as she started to blush a bit. Kendo, yeah, I would love to. She said as Izuku walked alongside her. All Might couldn't find Izuku so he gave up and went back home. 11 Izuku and Kendo make it to her house and Kendo is about to open the door until she asks Izuku something. Kendo, see, could I get your phone number? She asked, blushing a bit. Izuku, oh sure. He said as they began to exchange phone number to each other. Kendo, bye Izuku. I hope to see you again. She said, waving to Izuku. Izuku, you to Kendo. He said as he walked off. Kendo goes inside her house and closes the door. She then starts to jump around with excitement. Kendo, yes, I got his phone number. Ha, she said, making her family notice her shouting. One Kendo's dad, whose phone number do you? He said, making her jump. One Kendo, it's a friend's number. She said, putting her phone behind her back. Kendo's mom, did I hear you say a boy's phone number? She said with a big smile. Kendo, no. What boy? She said, trying to lie. Kendo's mom, come on, you can't lie to me. She said as she stole the phone from her. Kendo, mom, no. She said, trying to take the phone back. Kendo's dad, oh, let me see. He said, looking at the phone with Kendo's mother. They both look at her contacts and see Izuku's face on the contact. Kendo's mom, Dinin, you got a good catch, Kendo. She said with a big grin. For Kendo's dad, Din, he looked better than me back in my younger days. He said with a small tear on the side of his eye. 5 Kendo. Dead. She screamed as she was blushing harder than Kirishima's hair. 11 She got her phone back and ran upstairs into her room and locked the door. For she stood there in her room and took deep breaths, calming herself down. She put the phone on the dresser, got changed into some comfortable clothes and jumped on the bed. Her phone went off with a notification. She looked at it and saw it was a message from Izuku. She opened it and it said, Izuku, just made it home and wanted to tell you good night. She looked at the message and sent a message to him saying, Kendo, I'm glad you made it home safe, good night Izuku. She turned off her phone and dozed off to sleep. With Izuku, he looked at the message band, gave a small smile before dozing off to sleep. Izuku has just woken up from his sleep and looked at the time. It was around 7 o'clock in the morning. He got up and went to get his uniform. As he was going to his closet, he looked at the mirror in the closet and saw something that shocked him. Izuku, he said as he saw himself in the mirror. He looked in the mirror and saw that he became more muscular. Izuku, and did I? How did I? He said, feeling out his muscles. Inko, hurry up Izuku. You don't want to be late. Izuku, see coming mom. He said as he grabbed his uniform and put it on. As he looked at himself in the mirror, it was stretched a bit, showing a bit of his muscles through the shirt. Izuku, I think I might need a new uniform, he said, looking in the mirror. He grabbed his backpack and went to open the door. As he began to turn the knob to the door, it broke off. 1 Izuku, 7 Inko, hurry Izuku. Izuku, see coming. He said as he tried to put the knob back on, but it didn't work, so he put his hand through the hole that used to have a knob there and pulled it, opening the door. Izuku, what is going on with me today? He thought to himself as he ran downstairs. 3 Izuku finished his breakfast, and as he was at the door, Inko stopped him, wanting to tell him something. 𝗵𝗂𝗧𝗏, please be careful. I know you want to help people, but you must know this, she said as she walked towards 𝗧𝗂. 𝗵𝗂 hugged him and told him the words that would stick with him always. 𝗵𝗂, with great power comes great responsibility, she said as she gave 𝗧𝗂 a kiss on the forehead before letting him go. 63 𝗧𝗂, I understand, Mom, he said, smiling before leaving. 𝗧𝗂 was running to school, trying to get there in time. He began to cross a road, not realizing that there was a car speeding towards him. The crowd saw him about to be hit by a car and began to yell at him to watch out for the car. As 𝗧𝗂 was about to be hit by a car, his body felt something, a little tingle that told him something dangerous was coming. For 𝗧𝗂 felt the tingle and looked towards the car, and saw it was about to hit him. Suddenly he jumps on top of the car, saving himself. 𝗧𝗂 was in shock. He just jumped on top of a car and he was fine. How did you do that? He thought to himself as he was still standing on the car. He gets down and the crowd begins to ask him if he is okay. The driver that almost hit him gets out of the car and begins to apologize for almost hitting him. He says it's fine cause no one got hurt, but he told the driver that they should pay attention to the road when driving. The driver agrees and says sorry to 𝗧𝗂 again before leaving. After that, 𝗧𝗂 continued his walk to school. 𝗧𝗂, how did I do that? He thought to himself as he looked at his hands, trying to think of the answer. 3 𝗧𝗂, this all happened after yesterday, so that must mean I did something for this to happen, but what? He thought to himself as he was in school ground. 2 𝗧𝗂, was it the slime villain that caused this? No, probably not. Wait, was it the spider that bit might? Did look a bit weird. He thought to himself as he went into his classroom and sat down. 3 𝗧𝗂, I should test my theory after school. He thought to himself once more before he heard the bell ring. School was over for the day and 𝗧𝗂 was walking back home, until he saw Bakugo and his goons walk over to him. Bakugo, hey there Deku, we need some money, so hand it over, he said as he popped small explosion in his hand. 2 𝗧𝗂, no kaken, he said, backing away. Bakugo, are you talking back to me? He shouted as he was about to punch 𝗧𝗂. 2 but for 𝗧𝗂 he felt the tingle again and he dodged the punch from Bakugo. 5 𝗧𝗂, it happened again. I got the same feeling when I was about to be hit by the car. He thought to himself as Bakugo stared at him, pissed that Deku dodged his attack. Bakugo threw another punch. 𝗧𝗂 dodged it again, but this time punching Bakugo in the face. 7 𝗧𝗂, oh my god, I am so sorry Kaken, he said, going to help Bakugo up. Bakugo, I've killed you, he screamed as he got up and ran after Deku with his goons. 𝗧𝗂 was running from Bakugo and ended up in a small alleyway. 𝗧𝗂 saw a fence that was too big for him to climb, but then he tried something that shocked Bakugo and himself. He was running to the fence and went up against the wall. He jumped off the wall and jumped to the other and landed over the fence. He stopped and looked back, staring at the Pomerian. Bakugo just stared at 𝗧𝗂 with his eyes widened. Bakugo, since when could you do something like that? 5 𝗧𝗂 didn't answer and continued to run from Bakugo. One of Bakugo's goons was gonna run after him, but Bakugo stopped him. Bakugo, let's leave that useless Deku alone for now, he said, turning around to leave. 𝗧𝗂 was in the alleyway and was sitting on the floor trying to catch his breath. 𝗧𝗂, how did I, he said as he was still trying to catch his breath. After he was able to catch his breath, he sat down and started to think. 𝗧𝗂, if my theory is correct, this is all because of the spider that bit me, he said to himself, thinking that's the reason why. 3 He looks at the wall that is in front of him. He gets up and walks to it, and he puts his hand on it. He then begins to climb the wall. He climbs all the way to the top, and looks at his hand with joy. 𝗧𝗂, I can't believe that worked, he exclaimed in pure joy. 𝗧𝗂, wait, if I can climb like a spider, then can I, he said as he walked to the edge of the building. 𝗧𝗂, shoot webs like a spider, he said as he tries to shoot webs from his hands. 6 After a few attempts he shoots a web from his wrist and his eyes widen. 11 𝗧𝗂, wait, can I swing from this? He says as he holds the web with his hands. He backs up from the edge and after mentally preparing himself, he jumps off the building holding onto the web. 2 𝗧𝗂 screams in joy as he swings on the web. 𝗧𝗂, woo! He screams but then sees a billboard as he is about to crash in it. 𝗧𝗂𝗧𝗏 𝐬𝐽𝐻, he shouts before slamming against it. 𝗧𝗂𝗧𝗏 ow, he says as he slowly slides off the board. 6 times 𝗕𝗶𝗯𝗃 is walking back home to tell his mom what he discovered until he hears a girl screaming. For girl, let me go. She screams, thug, how about no? Now stop moving so we can have some fun together. He says as he is holding her down. Girl, no, let me go. Izuku heard what's going on and goes to help her. Izuku, stop. He says, running into the alleyway the thug and girl are in. The thug and girl both look as Izuku. Thug, get lost kid, this is none of your business. Girl, please help me. Izuku, what are you doing to that girl? Thug, it's nothing, we were just having ourselves a chat, right pretty lady. Girl, let me go. Please help me. Izuku, let her go. He says, running at the thug. Thug, you should have just left when you had the chance. He says as he turns his fist into stone. The thug swings at Izuku but he dodges it and punches the thug in the gut. The thug grunts in pain and grabs Izuku, throwing him against the wall. Izuku hits his head on the wall, causing him to bleed from the head, but he ignores it as he runs at the thug again. The thug goes for another swing, but this time Izuku sidesteps it and shoots a web at the thug's leg. He pulls it, causing the thug to fall on one knee, and Izuku kicks him in the back of the head, knocking him out. Izuku then webs the thug against the floor and fall against the wall, sitting on the floor. Girl, oh my god, are you okay? Hold on, I'll call an ambulance. She says as she dials 911. Izuku passes out due to the damage he received to the head. Time skip, Izuku wakes up in a hospital bed and next to him is Kendo holding his hand as she is asleep. Izuku blushes at this but shakes it off. On the other side of the bed it's his mom 𝐒𝐭 sleeping on a chair and the girl he saved. He sits up holding his head, looking around the room he is in. Izuku, am I in a hospital? He asked himself, causing the girls and 𝐒𝐭 to slowly wake up. 𝐒𝐭, Izuku. She says as she is waking up. Izuku, sorry, did I wake you? 𝐒𝐭's eyes widen as she hears Izuku's voice. 𝐒𝐭, Izuku, you're okay. She says, giving him a big hug. Kendo, Izuku. She says, joining in on the hug. 𝐒𝐭, we were so worried about you. Don't you ever scare us like that again. Kendo, yeah, you scared the hell out of me. I thought I would lose you. She said without knowing what she said. 3 Izuku, wait, what did Kendo say? He thought to himself as the two were still hugging him. The girl looked at Izuku and was relieved that he was okay. Girl, excuse me. She said to Izuku, looking down to the floor. The 3 looked at her as she spoke up. Girl, I am so sorry you got hurt because of me. She said in an apologetic manner. Izuku, it's okay. I just did what was right, you were in danger and I came to your aid. He said with a bright smile. The girl saw his smile and slightly blushed. 1 Izuku, after all, if I didn't do something about it then I am as bad as a villain. 𝐒𝐭, Izuku, what you did was dangerous. She said as Izuku looked down. 5 𝐒𝐭, but I am proud of you. She said as she gave Izuku a hug. Izuku smiled to himself as he felt proud of himself. Kendo, well, it's not the first time he saved someone. 𝐒𝐭, what do you mean? Izuku then began to look at Kendo, shaking his head, telling her not to tell her. Kendo, well, he saved me from the slime villain. 𝐒𝐭 went quiet and Izuku started to panic. 𝐒𝐭, why is this the first time I am hearing this? She yelled to Izuku. 2 Izuku, I didn't want to worry you, mom. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Girl, whoa, you saved her from the slime villain. You must have a strong quirk. Kendo, oh, he's actually quirkless. Girl, no, he isn't. I saw him shoot a web out of his wrist. 2 Kendo and 𝐒𝐭's eyes widen as they turn to look at Izuku. Kendo and 𝐒𝐭, what? Izuku, I can explain. Kendo and 𝐒𝐭, you better, Izuku. He explained to the 3 that are in the room of how a spider bit him and he has the abilities of a spider. For Izuku, and that's what happened. Kendo, that is a lot to take in. 𝐒𝐭, I'm so happy for you, Izuku. You can make your dream to become a hero a reality. She said as she gave Izuku a hug. Izuku, actually I don't want to be a hero anymore. 3 Kendo, Izuku, Over the past few days I noticed that heroes are held back by the government to do their job to their fullest capacity. I want to save people the way I want to save them, without being told how to do it. Girl, so what are you thinking of then? Izuku, I'm gonna become a vigilante. 8 Kendo. But it's dangerous, Izuku. The heroes will always be trying to take you down. Please, there has to be another way for you to help others. Please reconsider. I can't bear to see you hoot aga dash. She is interrupted by Izuku's hand touching her cheek. Izuku, Kendo, listen, I already made up my mind. I want to save people without being told what to do or how to do it. I want to save those who are in need. Please understand that I want to be a hero in my own way. 7 Kendo and 𝗏𝗏 are silent and 𝗏𝗏 tells Kendo to follow her outside. Izuku and the girl are alone, so they decided to introduce themselves. Izuku, I guess I should introduce myself since we have the time to do so. Girl, okay, I'll go first. 𝗓𝗓, my name is 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏, you can call me 𝗓𝗓. 17 Izuku, my name is 𝗧𝗏𝗵𝗲 midoriya, and you can call my Izuku. He said, smiling. 𝗓𝗓 stares at Izuku. She never saw someone so bright and happy. She looked at Izuku's hair and thought that it looked soft. 𝗓𝗓, hey, if you don't mind me asking. Izuku looks at her waiting for her question. 𝗓𝗓, see, could I touch your hair? To Izuku, what? 𝗓𝗓, I am so sorry, that was weird of me to ask. She said as she turned around trying to avoid eye contact. 1 𝗓𝗓, I'll just leave, she said as she was about to walk to the door, but was stopped by Izuku as he grabbed her hand. 1 Izuku, hey, it's okay, I don't mind it. He said as he was red. 𝗓𝗓, are you sure? I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Izuku, I'm sure you can touch my hair, I don't mind it. She then slowly put her hand on his head, putting her finger through the locks of his hair. He closed his eyes and enjoyed the feeling of the calm feeling he was receiving. 𝗓𝗓 looked at him and smiled as she felt his soft hair go through her finger. It was like she was petting a cat. After a while, 𝗏𝗏 and Kendo come in the room and see 𝗓𝗓 playing with Izuku's hair. Kendo started to get jealous that she got to touch Izuku's hair. 2 𝗏𝗏, I see you two are having fun, she said with a small smirk. Izuku and 𝗓𝗓 turned red and looked at the two standing at the door. Izuku and 𝗓𝗓, what? Was all they could say as they were trying to find a way out of this. After that Izuku was discharged, 𝗓𝗓 gave Izuku her number and went home. Kendo, I won't let you take Izuku away from me, she said as she watched 𝗓𝗓 walk away. For Kendo told Izuku goodbye and went home while 𝗏𝗏 and Izuku went home as well. 𝗏𝗏, I see both of the girls like my son. I wonder who will win over Izuku's love first. She thought to herself as Izuku and 𝗏𝗏 made it home. They enter the home and 𝗏𝗏 goes to sleep while Izuku goes to his room. Izuku, if I'm gonna be a vigilante then I need a costume. He said as he went to his closet. After trying on a few outfits he finds one that he thinks suits him well. This is what the outfit looks like. 11 Yes, it's the same one as the cover of the story. 12 Yes, it's the same one as the cover of the story. Just think. He looks good in this. 17 He puts the outfit in a box and puts it under his bed. He changes and gets in bed and goes to sleep. It was early in the morning, it was the weekend, so Izuku had nothing planned to do. He put his vigilante costume under his clothes and went downstairs. 𝗏𝗏, good morning Izuku. Izuku, good morning mom. He said as he sat down and ate breakfast. 2 𝗏𝗏, so do you plan on doing anything today? Izuku, I'm gonna walk around the city and see if there is anything to do. He said as he finished eating and put the dishes away. 𝗏𝗏, okay, just be careful out there, okay? She said as they gave him a hug. 1 Izuku, I will mom. He said as he hugged her back. He left the house and began walking around. After walking for a while he ended up in the middle of the city. Izuku, it's weird that whenever I'm looking for something to do nothing happens. But I get attacked at the worst times. He thought to himself before hearing an explosion in the distance. 3 Izuku, finally, he said to himself as he ran to the explosion. He got to the explosion and saw that a villain was fighting with a hero. Villain, you heroes don't stand a chance against me. The villain said as he punched a hero into a building. The heroes were taking a beating, some were knocked out and some were being beat by the villain. Hero, where is all might? he said as he was getting the civilians away. Heroine, I don't know, but we must keep these civilians safe until backup arrives. For the villain was winning, his quirk was super strength and his was beating them with no remorse. Izuku, seems they need some help, he said as he ran into an alleyway putting on his costume. All the heroes were on the ground beaten and the villain began attacking the civilians. Villains, watch, the heroes failed to protect you, he said as he jumped at the civilians. Civilians, someone help us, they screamed. Suddenly the villain was kicked in the head, causing him to fall into the floor. Hey, why don't you fight somebody you own, size big guy? Villain, who the hell are? The villain shouted as he got out of the ground. Spider-Man, you can call me your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Villain, I will squish like a bug, you are Spider-Man. For the villain runs at Spider-Man attempting to grab him. Spider-Man jumps over the villain, kicking him in the head. Spider-Man then webs the villain by the legs and pulled him. The villain fell and tried to get up until Spider-Man punched him in the back of the head, knocking him out. He webs him to the floor, making sure he can't get up. The civilians stared at Spider-Man and started to cheer for him. Spider-Man, someone call an ambulance for the hero, he said as he shot 2 webs to the building in a slingshot position. Random civilian, wait, who are you? One Spider-Man, me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood vigilante Spider-Man, he said and shot away in the slingshot. 2 civilians, thank you Spider-Man. They cheered for Spider-Man as he flew away. After a while we see Izuku swinging around in the city. He lands on a building and takes his mask off. Izuku, wow, swinging through the city makes me feel so free, he said as he sat on the edge of the building. Suddenly his spider sense went off and he put his mask on. Spider-Man, who's there? He said, turning around. Impressive, you noticed me, I'll give you that. But you're under arrest for illegal quirk usage. Spider-Man, no way. You're the underground hero, Eraserhead. I'm such a huge fan. Aizawa, make this easy for the both of us and surrender. Spider-Man, Eraserhead, I do have a hero license. Aizawa, really? Spider-Man, yeah, right here, he said as he shot a web at Aizawa's face, blinding him. Aizawa, what is this stuff? He said as he tried to pull it off. Spider-Man, it's my web's Eraserhead and it's gonna take a while for it to come off, so good luck catching me, he said as he jumped off the building. He begins to swing in the air but shortly gets tackled onto a rooftop. Spider-Man, ow, I think I popped my spleen. 3. So you're the vigilante that saved those civilians, huh? Gotta say I expected you to be taller. Spider-Man, ouch, he said, holding his chest as if he was shot. 1. Haha, you kind of funny Spider-Man. Now let's fight, she said as she jumped at him with a kick. Spider-Man barely dodges it and goes for a high kick. She blocks it and kicks his leg, making him fall. He kicks her feet, making her fall, but quickly rebounds, and Izuku gets up. You know you're pretty good at fighting. Spider-Man, I could say the same to you. What's your name? Miriko, I'm the bunny hero, Miriko. 3. Spider-Man, well, I think you're fantastic at this, Miriko, he says as he runs at her. Miriko runs at him as well, and they begin to fight. Izuku and Miriko are equals. They are beating each other up until Miriko throws a punch and Izuku grabs her fist, throwing her over his shoulder. She grabs him, making him fall with her as well, and they find themselves in an awkward position. We see Miriko on top of Izuku and they just stare at each other. Miriko, she says, blushing a bit. For Spider-Man, well, this is awkward, he said, blushing under his mask. They then hear the cops in the distance getting closer. Spider-Man, well, I hate to cut the moment short, but the sirens are telling me it's time to go, he said as he got up and webbed her. Izuku, maybe we can fight again, Rumi. See ya, he said, swinging away. Miriko just sat there webbed up, watching Spider-Man web away. 15. She was blushing at the spider vigilante as he swung away. 3. Miriko, yeah, I hope I see you again soon. 3. A few moments later we see Izuku enter his home. It was dark out and the lights were off. As he closes the door, the lights come on and he turns around to see Inko sitting on a chair staring at Izuku. Inko, so where were you, Izuku? Izuku, oh, I was hanging out with the girls, he said, hoping his mom would believe him. Kendo and 𝗓𝗪, try again, the girls say as they reveal themselves. Ten Izuku, I was shopping. 𝗓𝗪 turns on the TV showing the news. News reporter, on today's news, a new vigilante named Spider-Man comes to Japan. We have live footage from a civilian of the vigilante Spider-Man fighting a villain. After the footage ends, Izuku responds to the girls and Inko saying, Izuku, wait, but you already know I'm a vigilante, so what's the problem? Inko, keep watching. News reporter, after that we have more love footage of Spider-Man who seems to be fight bunny hero Miriko. 2. It shows the fight and shows the little trip up Izuku and Miriko had. News reporter, as you can see, it seems that the bunny hero Miriko and the vigilante Spider-Man might be something more than enemies but companies. We'll come back to you with more news after these messages. Izuku, that. He said, blushing because of the incident with Miriko. Izuku, I'm in trouble, aren't I? For the 3, yup. They said as the slowly walked to Izuku with a sinister aura. Izuku that night got his butt hooped by the girls and Inko. It's been a few weeks since he first began his vigilante work. We now go to Izuku, who is watching TV on his couch. Izuku, there is nothing to do today, he said as he slid off the couch onto the floor. Inko, why don't you go hang out with the girls? It has been a while since you 3 had time for each other. Izuku, you know what, that's not a bad idea. I haven't hung out with them for a while. He got up from the couch and got his red shoes on. Izuku, I'll be back. 𝗬𝗵𝗲, he said as he opened the door. Inko, okay, be safe, Izuku. Izuku grabs his phone out of his pocket and calls 𝗓𝗪 first. We go to 𝗓𝗪, who is cleaning her room. Her phone starts to ring and she goes to check who is calling her. She sees it says, 𝐈𝐧𝐿, and immediately answers the phone. 3. 𝗓𝗪, hey Izuku. Izuku, hey 𝗓𝗪, I wanted to know if you wanted to hang out with me today. 𝗓𝗪 wasn't able to hang out with Izuku for a while as she was studying hard for tests to enter UA. 𝗓𝗪, of course. When will we meet? Where will we meet? 1. Izuku, how about now? Near the beach. 𝗓𝗪, sure, I'll meet you there. Izuku, okay, see ya in a bit. 𝗓𝗪 hung up and began to search through her closet for clothes to wear. We then go to Kendo, who is practicing martial arts for the test to go in UA. She then gets a call on her phone. She stops her training and checks who is calling her. The contacts say, Zuzu, and almost drops her phone and answers. 1. Kendo, hey Izuku, what's up? Izuku, hey Kendo, I just wanted to ask if you wanted to hang out today. Kendo, I would love to, Izuku. Izuku, okay, meet me at the beach. And if you can come right now. Kendo, okay Izuku, see you soon. Izuku, you to Kendo. Izuku hung up and Kendo left to go take a shower. A few moments later, we see Izuku waiting at the beach. There is trash all over the place and Izuku looks around and all he sees is trash. Izuku, if I remember correctly, this place was one of the most popular places to be. The sight was always so appealing, he said, looking at the ocean. As he is looking at the beach full of trash, he hears footsteps behind him and turns around. He sees Kendo in ripped jeans with a white shirt and over it a small leather jacket. And 𝗓𝗪 is wearing a purple t-shirt with a white skull on it with a black skirt, and over her shirt is a small jacket. Izuku, wow, you girls look wonderful. Kendo and 𝗓𝗪, do you really think so? 2. Izuku, I don't think so, I know so. The girls blush at this remark and the 3 began to hang out. They first go to an arcade and they play a few games together. Izuku gets his butt kicked on almost all of them except Dance Dance Revolution. 13. After that they go to a restaurant and order their food. Izuku, I'll be back girls, I need to go to the bathroom for a sec. Kendo and 𝗓𝗪, okay Izuku. He goes to the bathroom and after he goes in, 2 random guys go towards the girls and begin to bug them. Guy #1, hey there girls. Kendo, who are you? Guy #2, we are 2 guys that are gonna give you to a night to remember. You come with us? 𝗓𝗪, sorry but no, we are already here with someone. Guy #1, come on, he can't be that good. 2. Guy #2, yeah, come with us. Kendo, okay, we were trying to be nice but now you're being creepy. 𝗓𝗪, yeah, get lost weirdos. Guy #2, you're coming with us if you like it or not, he says as he grabs 𝗓𝗪's arm. For 𝗓𝗪, hey, let me go, she says, trying to pull her arm away. Kendo, let her go, you creep. She says as she goes to hit guy number 2, but guy number 1 grabs her from behind and puts a knife on her back. 3 guy #1. Both will come with us peacefully. He says as the two guys begin to walk out. Then the 2 girls scream Izuku's name and suddenly, guy #1, I told you to come peacefully. He says as he is about to stab Kendo. Suddenly Izuku grabs guy #1's arm that had the knife and pushes him away from Kendo. Guy number 2 attacks Izuku, throwing a punch at Izuku. Izuku blocks the attack and kicks guy number 2 in the back of the leg, making him fall. Guy number 1 slashes at Izuku, cutting him on the arm. Izuku turns around guy #1's arm and disarms him. Guy number 2 runs at Izuku from behind and throws a punch. Izuku moves out of the way and guy number 2 hits guy number 1 in the face, knocking him out. Izuku then elbows guy number 2 in the gut and then sweeps his legs, causing him to hit the floor. Izuku then kicks him in the head, knocking him out. Izuku, someone call the police please. He says, holding his arm. Kendo and Jiryu, Izuku, are you okay? Izuku, yeah, I'll be fine, it's just a cut. Kendo and Jiryu hug, saying thank you over and over again. Izuku gets patched up and they begin to walk home. Kendo, hey Izuku. Izuku, yes Kendo. Kendo, me and Jiryu wanted to know if we could sleep over at your house today. 6 Izuku blushed at what they said but shook it off, saying, Izuku, sure, I would love to have you both over. The girls then called their parents and told them they were sleeping over, and the parents said it was okay. 2 Izuku gets home with the 2 girls and 𝐒𝐽𝐽 greets them. They eat together and talk together before Izuku asked, Izuku, hey girls, do you want to watch a movie with me? The girls said yes and they began watching a horror movie together. A jump scare appears and scared Kendo and Jiryu. Plus the 2 hold onto Izuku and he blushes as 2 appealing girls are holding onto him. One he then puts his arms around them and holds them. The 2 then snuggle up to Izuku and continue to watch the movie. When it is over, the girls and Izuku are asleep and 𝗏𝗏 come in to check on them. She sees them asleep and giggle to herself before putting a blanket over them and turning off the TV. Once she goes to her room and gets in bed and goes to sleep. It's been a few months since the hangout. Izuku has been doing his vigilante work for a long time and would sometime encounter Mariko and bother of them would spar. Don't know if I spelt it right. 3 We now go to Izuku, who just started his patrol, swinging around. Random civilian, hey look at Spider-Man, he said, pointing at Izuku. Spider-Man, Japan, he said as he swung close to the ground, waving at civilians. Civilians, OMG, it's Spider-Man. / he looks so cool. / we love you Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I love you all too. Random kid, Spider-Man, can I get your autograph? The kid shouted. Spider-Man, of course kid, he said as he landed in front of him. He gives the kid his autograph. Spider-Man, stay safe kid, he says as he gives him a fist bump and swings away. Random kid, thank you Spider-Man, he says, waving to the spider vigilante. A few moments later, he is about to end his patrol until he sees a blast of fire go off in the distance. Spider-Man, I should check that out, I have some time. 3 He swings over and after some time he sees what's going on. It's 𝗏𝗏 chasing a villain. The villain grabs a woman in white hair but no one notices because she is wearing a hoodie. Villain, what are you gonna do now 𝗏𝗏? He asks as he turns his hand into a blade and puts it on her neck. 𝗏𝗏, this won't stop me, he says as he aims his hand at the villain and the women. Villain, W. But you're a hero, aren't you? You're supposed to protect civilians. 𝗏𝗏, this is a small sacrifice, he says as he blasts fire at the villain and women. 2 Suddenly Spider-Man swings in and grabs the 2 and swings away from the blast. Spider-Man, what are you doing 𝗏𝗏? He says as he lands, dropping the villain. Villain, Spider-Man, this guy is crazy, he says as he turns his blades off. 2 𝗏𝗏, well, it isn't Spider-Man, surrender yourself you villain. Spider-Man webs the villain up and puts him on the floor. Spider-Man, ma'am, can you please go over with this guy and call the police? Women, oh of course, she says as she grabs the villain and drags him away. Spider-Man, what the hell is wrong with you 𝗏𝗏? 𝗏𝗏, she was in the way, he says as he lights up his fist. Spider-Man, there is always a way. We are supposed to protect those who can't, not hurt them. He says as he gets prepared for a fight. For 𝗕𝗏𝗃, they are just in the way. And when they are, the only way is to teach them not to. Spider-Man, it's not in their control to be in these situations. There is always a way to save those in need. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 fires a flame at Izuku, and he dodged it. He then shoots a web at 𝗕𝗏𝗃's face and the web evaporates. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 flies at him and throws a punch at him. Spider-Man dodges it and kicks 𝗕𝗏𝗃 in the back. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 is barely fazed by this and grabs Spider-Man's leg, throwing him at a fire hydrant. Izuku smacks against the fire hydrant but gets up holding his back. Spider-Man, in it he is too strong for me to take on head-to-head. For he then looks at the fire hydrant and gets an idea. Spider-Man, if I can't beat him with pure strength. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 rushes at Izuku, putting his fist aflame. Spider-Man, then I will beat him with my mind. Izuku then webs the fire hydrant and 𝗕𝗏𝗃 gets soaked in the water, extinguishing the flames. Izuku then throws the fire hydrant at 𝗕𝗏𝗃's head, making him fall on the floor. Izuku then webs him to the floor, making sure he stays there. 1 𝗕𝗏𝗃, 𝗕𝗏𝗃, I will find you and burn you 𝐴LI_ is interrupted by Spider-Man shooting a web at 𝗕𝗏𝗃's mouth. 3 Spider-Man, I think that's enough out of you. Izuku then begins to walk away to check on the women AMD villain. Spider-Man, are you two okay? Women, yeah, I'm fine, thank you so much, you saved us. Spider-Man, I'm just doing what needs to be done as Ray. Oh, I'm Ray Todoroki. Spider-Man and the villain, wait, isn't 𝗕𝗏𝗃 your husband? 2 Ray, I wish he wasn't, and finding out he would kill a civilian to get the villain, then I hate him even more. Villain, I thought heroes were supposed to protect civilians, not hurt them. Spider-Man, what did you even do to get 𝗕𝗏𝗃 to chase you? Villain, I stole some money from 𝗧𝗏𝗃, didn't hurt anyone, I swear. I just needed money for my family. I can't provide what my family needs, so I tried taking money. I didn't want anyone to get hurt, so I just scared people with my quirk. I am so sorry. He said as he was in tears. 1 Izuku stared at him for a while until he ripped the webs off the villain. Villain, W, what are you doing? Spider-Man, I understand you needed the money to help your family, but this is not the way. Villain, but I committed a crime, why are you letting me go? Spider-Man, no one was hurt, right? Villain, WL, yes, bu dash. Spider-Man, then return the money, besides no one was hurt, right? Villain, well yeah, but my family needs this moan dash. Spider-Man, I know someone who is hiring someone, and the pay is pretty good. Villain, why are you going this far to help me? Spider-Man then grabs his shoulder saying, Spider-Man, I know how hard it is to do everything you can for your family, so please listen to me. Let me help you. 2 The villain begins to cry and Izuku gives him a hug. The other civilians watching can't help but look at, smile and cheer for Spider-Man, as he isn't just helping civilians but changing villains. Ray looks at this and can't help but smile at Spider-Man. 2 He helped a villain change by giving him a job to provide for his family. Ray, he truly is a hero. She thinks to herself. Spider-Man, no one saw your face, right? He whispers to the changed villain. Villain, Spider-Man, then you're good, go return the money and go to the store named Insert Random Store and tell the manager Spider-Man sent you, they will believe you. 6 Villain, but what if they don't? Spider-Man then takes a selfie and pulls a paper out. He then writes something on it, attaching his selfie to it. 1 Spider-Man, here is your evidence, he will believe me, trust me. The villain then grabs the piece of paper and it says, it's Spider-Man and could you hire this man? Think of this as returning the favor. Villain, thank you so much. He said, hugging Izuku. Spider-Man, hey, I'm just doing what is right. He said, patting his back. The villain then runs off waving goodbye. Izuku waves back and is about to swing away until Ray stops him. Ray, wait. Izuku stops and turns around and Ray gives him a hug. Ray, thank you again for saving me. Izuku blushes under his mask and hugs her back. 3 Spider-Man, I'm just saving the people who need it, however I can. He says, giving her a thumbs up. Ray realizes she is still holding on to Izuku and lets him go. Ray, sorry. She says as she lets him go, slightly disappointed that she had to let him go. For she didn't want to let him go, She felt warm and safe with him, unlike in 𝗕𝗏𝗏 she felt safe and happy around him. 9 Spider-Man, well I should get going now. As he is about to swing away until 𝗕𝗏𝗏 bursts into flames and burns the webs off him. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, get away from my wife you villain. He says raising his hand at him. To 𝗕𝗏𝗏, prominence burn. He screams shooting a blast at him and Ray. Spider-Man, everybody get out of the here. He realizes that he can't get Ray and him out of the way so has only one option. Spider-Man, this is gonna hurt. He says getting in front of Ray and takes the blast for her. Everyone watches Spider-Man gets hit by the attack and start to scream his name. Civilians, Spider-Man. 2 𝗕𝗏𝗏 stops his blast and we see that Izuku's back is burned. Spider-Man, ow, he says as he fall on the floor. 5 Ray, oh my god Spider-Man, she says as she goes to help him. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 grabs her and begins to yell at her. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, what are you doing helping this villain? Ray, he is more of a hero than you have ever been 𝗕𝗏𝗏, she says as she pulls her arm away from him. She runs to Izuku and begins to help him by putting her ice on the burns. 1 Ray, someone call for help. The civilians begin to call the police and ambulance but 𝗕𝗏𝗏 begins to walk towards Izuku. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, get out of the way I need to put him down for good. He says pushing Ray away. The civilians start to push 𝗕𝗏𝗏 away from Izuku. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 then prepares to fire a blast at him until he is kicked in the face. Get away from him. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, what are you doing, helping this villain Miriko? Miriko, this villain, has saved more people than you ever have 𝗕𝗏𝗏. She then jumps at him and kicks him hard and I mean hard in the jaw. 7 𝗕𝗏𝗏 is knocked out on the floor and she then runs to Izuku who was barely standing up. Spider-Man, I need to get out of here. He said as he shot a web to a building. Miriko, you're to hurt. Please let me take you to a hospital. Spider-Man, and no then you'll find out my identity. 1 Miriko, okay I won't take you to a hospital but let me help you out please. Spider-Man, I'll be fine please trust me. Ray, are you sure you'll be fine? She said helping him stand. Spider-Man, trust me you'll see this appealing man again. He said as he chuckled a bit. Miriko, alright then be careful. Ray lets him go and he swings away. A few moments later we see Izuku stumble through the door and falls on the floor. Izuku, he shouted as he hits the floor. Inko, Izuku. She screamed as she ran to Izuku. Kendo, oh my god Izuku. 𝗓𝗏𝗏, oh god. Izuku then passes out and the girls take him to the living room closing the door and curtains. It's been a few months since the 𝗕𝗏𝗏 incident and has a huge burn scar on his back. For he had to stop his vigilante work for a while so he could recover, worrying Miriko and Ray. 11 During this time Izuku has been training and has gotten better. He is now stronger and faster, he can take more hits now and since his suit was destroyed he got a new suit. You guys can pick his suit. 34 We then see him at the beach carrying a fridge to a pile of garbage. After months of cleaning he has finally finished and sits down in the sand. Izuku, finally I finished. He said to himself as he looked towards the ocean. Izuku, it's just like how I remembered it. He sits there for a while until he gets a call. He looked at his phone and sees it's his mom Inko calling him. He picks up the call and says hello. Inko, hey Izuku could you come over here? Izuku, why, what happened? Inko, it's nothing serious but, could you get over here as soon as possible? Izuku, sure I'll be there as soon as possible. Inko, okay, love you sweetie. Izuku, I love you to mom. He hangs up and goes running home. As he leaves someone else walks by the beach and sees the trash is gone. Girl, woah clean the beach. She then takes a picture of the beach and sends it to her friends. Girl, whoever cleaned the beach I should say thanks. She said as she ran off to tell her parents. A few moments later we see Izuku swinging around in the city. Spider-Man, it feels so good to be back. As he is swinging he sees a puppy about to be hit by a car. Little girl, watch out Leo. Suddenly Izuku swings in and saves the puppy from being hit by the car. One little girl, Spider-Man. Thank you so much for saving Leo. She said hugging his leg. Spider-Man, no problem kid. He said giving her the puppy. Civilians, look at Spider-Man. He's back. And he looks so cool in his new costume. Spider-Man, that's right, I'm back in action. He says as he swings away. After doing some vigilante work, he decides to go to UA and see how Jiryu and Kendo are doing at the tests. After some swinging, he sees the final part of the test going on and lands on a building. Present Mike, are you ready? No one answers except Izuku, but no one hears him. One Spider-Man, yeah. Present Mike, ready, set to. The gates open and we see Jiryu running in. After a while we see Izuku eating popcorn until his spider sense tingles. Then the buildings start to shake. And Izuku looks around to see what is causing to shaking and sees a 0-pointer. Spider-Man, are they trying to get them killed? He then hears someone scream and swings over to the noise. Shortly after he lands on a building and sees a pink-skinned girl stuck under some rubble. Girl, someone help. She tried burn the rubble away with her acid, but it didn't work and the 0-pointer starts closing in on her. Girl, what do I do? She says as the 0-pointer is close to her. Just then Izuku lands next to her and begins to pull the rubble off. He gets the rubble off of her and picks her up bridal style. Spider-Man, are you alright? He says as he swings away from the 0-pointer. The girl looks at Izuku and realizes that she is being held by Spider-Man. Girl, I'm okay, she says, trying to hide her blush. Izuku then lands next to a bunch of students. Spider-Man, here, get her to safety. Random student, alright Spider-Man. Spider-Man then begins to swing back to the 0-pointer. Let's go back in time a bit to the teachers watching from the camera room. I don't know if it's called something else. For Aizawa, Nizu, stop the machine, I's gonna crush her. Nizu, I am trying but the button is malfunctioning. As they are struggling, one of the teachers see Izuku helping the pink-skinned girl. Midnight, hey wait, isn't that Spider-Man? All the teachers, what? They all look at the cameras and see Izuku lifting the rubble off the girl. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, I's that villain from before. He says as his flames suddenly get hotter. One Miriko, he's back. She thinks to herself as she begins to smile widely. One All Might, what do you mean villain? I have seen this man save many lives over the news, he even changed a villain by helping him get a job. Aizawa, even though that's true, it's still illegal since he doesn't have a hero license. Nizu, All Might, could you perhaps bring him here? All Might, of course Nizu. As the heroes are talking, Miriko leaves without being noticed. We go back to the present and Izuku is standing on a building. He throws a rock at the 0-pointer, getting its attention. Spider-Man, hey you big tin can, why don't you come and get me? He says in a taunting manner. The robot, the F did you call me? 7 The robot, the F did you call me? It says as it turns around. Spider-Man, wait, you can talk. The robot, I'm gonna F kick you butt. Spider-Man, I didn't know you were sentient, I'm sorry. 1 The robot, come here. It says as it charges at Izuku. Izuku swings away from it, screaming his butt off until it gets stuck on something. The robot, the FIS this on me. Spider-Man, ha. You fell right into my trap. The robot, FU-2, FU-. It is then shut down by an emergency shut-off SWH under Nizu's desk. Aizawa, why didn't you use that before? Nizu, I forgot I had it there. Aizawa, Nizu, where did those glasses come from? 7 Nizu, where did those glasses come from? Aizawa, I have no idea. 2 After that Izuku lands in front of the students. Spider-Man, is everyone okay? The students say they are fine and start asking for autographs. Spider-Man, sure, I don't see why not. As he is done giving them autographs, the teachers arrive. Nizu, hello Spider-Man. Spider-Man, oh hello talking mouse, wait what? All Might, come with us peacefully and no one will be harmed. Spider-Man, I'm sorry but I actually have to go now, I have a date. Everyone, really who? Spider-Man, freedom. He says as he webs All Might in the face and swings away. 5 As the heroes are about to chase after him, Nizu stops them. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, why did you stop us? We could catch him. Nizu, we can't catch him, he is too fast for us. You can tell he has been improving himself ever since that incident with 𝗕𝗏𝗏. All of the students look at 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏 with disgust cause what happens that night went all over the news, so they know what happened. A few moments later we see Izuku sitting on the edge of a building eating a donut as he is on his phone, with his soda next to him. Spider-Man, haha that poor dude. He says as he sees someone do something stupid. Spider-Man, haha that poor dude. He says as he sees someone do something stupid. 6 Spider-Man, ow that has to hurt. 6 He then senses someone coming and puts the whole donut in his mouth and puts his mask back on. Spider-Man, ho goes 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏. He said as he is still chewing on the donut. Miriko then jumps at him. He is expecting an attack and blocks only to realize he is being hugged. Miriko, you're okay? Thank God you had me worried something happened to you. Izuku then swallows the donut and responds to her. Spider-Man, I'm sorry I worried you. Miriko, why didn't you call me? Spider-Man, you never gave me your phone number. Miriko, oh right. They then give each other their phone numbers. Miriko, now where was I? Oh right. She then jumped on him making him fall. Miriko, do you know how much I missed you? Spider-Man, I'm sorry, I know that you were worried about me, so I have a plan to make you feel better. Miriko, really? And what's that? He then picks her up bridal style. Miriko, what are you doing? She said as she started blushing. 2 Spider-Man, have you ever thought of what it felt like to fly? He said walking to a ledge. 2 Miriko, no why? Spider-Man, well you're about to find out so hold on tight. Miriko, wait what? Hold on. He then jumped off and held Miriko with one arm. Held onto Izuku tight and she closed her eyes. She then felt the wind in her hair change directions. She opened her eyes and saw that Izuku was swinging around with her. She looked around and felt the wind blowing through her hair. She closed her eyes and enjoyed the breeze of the cold air hitting her face. She then looked at Izuku and thought to herself, Miriko, is this what it feels like to you? 7 Miriko then put her head on his chest and enjoyed the ride. After that they get back to the rooftop they were on. Spider-Man, so what did you think of that Miriko? He said as he got his drink from the ledge and lifted his mask only revealing his mouth and drank the soda. Miriko looked at Izuku as he drank the soda. She saw his lips and walked towards him. Miriko, I loved it. Booty have a question. Spider-Man, what is 𝐼-? As he turned his head away from his soda, he is interrupted by Miriko as she grabs his face. She then kisses Izuku on the lips, shocking Izuku. 9 Izuku starts to blush hard to then starts to kiss her back. 5 Izuku starts to blush hard to then starts to kiss her back. They kiss for a while and Miriko falls on the floor with Izuku still kissing. For after a while they both stop leaving a trail of saliva from each other's lips. Spider-Man, that wasn't a question. She then lays on his chest and stays there for a while. Izuku then puts his hand on Miriko and pets her ears. Miriko starts to act up and looks at Izuku. Izuku looks at her and sees he F up. She then sits up and is ready to get NTMT with Izuku until she is stopped by him. 5 Spider-Man, hold on I'm not ready yet I'm sorry. Miriko, that's alright Spidey I can wait until you're ready. She says as she lays back on Izuku. They lay there for a while until Izuku gets a call. Spider-Man, I'm sorry Miriko, as much as I want to stay like this I gotta go. He said they both got up. Miriko, it's fine I understand. Izuku shoots a web near a building and is about to swing away until Miriko stops him. She gives him a kiss on the cheek. Miriko, by the way, you can call me Rumi. 2 Izuku, alright Rumi. He says as he swings away. Miriko watches him swing away and holds her hand up to her chest. She starts to blush and then says, Miriko, I can't believe I did that. And it felt so amazing. She said as she began to jump around full of joy. We then go to Izuku who is in his room still thinking about the kiss with Miriko. Izuku, it felt so good. He then went to the bathroom and washed his face calming himself down. Izuku, I should call the girls tomorrow to see if we can hang out. He says as he goes in his blanket as dozes off to sleep. The sun was up and so was Izuku as we see him coming downstairs. Inko sees him and tells him good morning. Izuku tells him good morning and eats his breakfast. Inko, so have you seen the news? 1 Izuku, no why? Inko then turns on the TV and it shows the news. News reporter, breaking news. As you can see, someone has cleaned the beach, allowing families to enjoy the appealing beach. Izuku, oh yeah, someone cleaned the beach. Inko, I'm sure they already know who did it. Izuku, what do you mean? Inko points at the TV and Izuku watches it. News reporter, and it's no mystery of who cleaned it, as we have some footage from one of the civilians. It then shows a video of Izuku cleaning the beach and later leaving the scene. Izuku, news reporter, and after some closer looking we believe he is none other than a teenager named Izuku Midoriya. It then shows a picture of Izuku. Izuku, how did they? News reporter, anyways, now that we know who it is, we thank you for cleaning the beach when no one else would. There will be more news after these messages. Inko then turns off the TV and gives Izuku a hug. Inko, I'm so proud of you, Izuku. Izuku, thanks mom, but how did they find out? Inko, who knows? 3. Izuku then finished his breakfast and leaves the house, telling Inko bye. After a while we see Izuku in front of 𝗓𝗪's house knocking on the door. The door then opens, revealing 𝗓𝗪's dad. 𝗓𝗪's dad, if it isn't Midoriya. I saw you on the news and I want to say thank you for cleaning the beach. Izuku, it's okay sir, I just did what anyone could. 𝗓𝗪's mom, anyone could have done it, but you did it. She says as she comes into view. 𝗓𝗪's mom, so we ask if you accept this gift from us. 2. She then showed Izuku a necklace with a small music note on it. Izuku, I can't accept this, it must have costed you lot. 𝗓𝗪's dad, it does, but we want you to have it. Izuku, are you sure I should have this? 𝗓𝗪's mom, we think you deserve it for what you did at the beach. 𝗓𝗪's mom then gives it to Izuku. Izuku, I don't know what to say, thank you so much for this. I will treasure it always. He then puts it on around his neck. 𝗓𝗪's dad, I think it suits you well. Izuku, thank you. 𝗓𝗪's mom, anyways, what are you doing here? Izuku, oh right, I was going to ask 𝗓𝗪 if she wanted to hang out today. 𝗓𝗪's mom, I'll go get her. She then leaves to get 𝗓𝗪. 𝗓𝗪's dad then invited Izuku in and he goes in and 𝗓𝗪's dad offers Izuku to sit on the couch. 𝗓𝗪's dad and Izuku then begin to talk to each other, mostly about music. Meanwhile we go to 𝗓𝗪, who is just minding her own business. As she is doing whatever it is she's doing, she hears a knock on the door and hears her mom calling her. 𝗓𝗪's mom, Kyoka, Midoriya wanted to know if you wanted to hang out today. 𝗓𝗪, I'll be down there in a sec. Her mom then goes down and she then looks for something to wear. We then go back to Izuku, who is watching 𝗓𝗪's dad singing songs. Izuku, wow mister, you're really good at singing. 𝗓𝗪's dad, thanks, but have you ever done this before? You know singing. Izuku, well, the only time I do was on the shower, but that's about it. 𝗓𝗪's dad, how about I teach you about singing then, when you're free? Izuku, I would like that, thank you. 𝗓𝗪's mom then comes downstairs and they all start talking about random things. After a while we see 𝗓𝗪 coming downstairs and sees Izuku talking with her parents. 𝗓𝗪, well, you guys seem to be having fun. 𝗓𝗪's mom, he is a fine boy, Kyoka. 𝗓𝗪, well, you ready to go, Izuku? Izuku, yeah, let's go. He then gets up off the couch and says his goodbyes to 𝗓𝗪's parents. Before 𝗓𝗪 goes out the door, she is stopped by her mom. 𝗓𝗪's mom, hey Kyoka, come here for a moment. 𝗓𝗪, okay mom. Hey Izuku, could you wait outside for a moment? Izuku, oh sure. Izuku is outside waiting for 𝗓𝗪. 𝗓𝗪's mom, Kyoka, I think he is the one for you. 𝗓𝗪, She starts to blush. 𝗓𝗪's dad, I mean, she's not wrong. 𝗓𝗪, dad, why? As her and her parents are talking about Kyoka's future boyfriend. Izuku is on his phone and is looking through songs to listen to when he is swinging in the city. Izuku, this one seems nice. After a while 𝗓𝗪 goes outside and sees Izuku waiting for her. Izuku, ready to go? 𝗓𝗪, yep, I'm all set. They both begin to walk to Kendo's house. 𝗓𝗪, so on the news I saw that you're the one who cleaned the beach. Izuku, it was nothing, 𝗓𝗪. 𝗓𝗪, Kyoka. Izuku, 𝗓𝗪, call me Kyoka. Izuku, right, I forgot, sorry Kyoka. 𝗓𝗪, it's okay Izuku, also I like the new necklace you have. Izuku, Oh well, your parents gave it to me as a gift for cleaning the beach. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, it looks good on you. 𝐒𝐫𝗎𝗓, thanks. He says, slightly blushing. And after a while they get to Kendo's home. They knock on the door and see Kendo's mom open it. Kendo's mom, oh if it isn't Midoriya. 𝗧𝗂𝗧𝗵𝗲, hello ma'am. Kendo's dad, hey there little man. 𝗧𝗂𝗧𝗵𝗲, hello sir, me and 𝗓𝗓𝗓 are here to ask if Kendo can hang out with us. Kendo's mom, oh of course I'll go get her. Kendo's mom then goes to Kendo's room and knocks on the door saying, Kendo's mom, Kendo, your boyfriend is outside asking if you want to hang out. Kendo, mom he's not my boyfriend. Kendo's mom, I heard that. Kendo, how? 3 Kendo's mom chuckles and leaves. Kendo is a blushing mess but shakes it off to find something to wear. Meanwhile we see Izuku being given a gift from Kendo's dad. Kendo's dad, I would like you have this as a gift for cleaning the beach. Izuku, are you sure? I mean isn't this yours? 𝗓𝗓𝗓, come on Izuku he's giving it to you as a gift. Izuku, yeah I guess you're right. Kendo's dad then gives him the gift. He looks at it and it's a small green emerald. 11 Izuku is in shock that he was given an emerald. Kendo's dad, I trust that you will take care of it. Izuku, I will cherish this with me always. Thank you sir. Kendo's dad, you're welcome kid. After a while Kendo comes down and sees Izuku waiting with 𝗓𝗓𝗓 at the door. Izuku, hey Kendo you ready to go? Kendo, yeah I'm good to go now. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, come on I want to go to the beach. I haven't seen the view in so long. Kendo, alright let's go. The 3 then leave Kendo's house and make their way to the building. Kendo's mom, honey are you sure about giving him the emerald? Kendo's dad, I trust him with it, remember when he saved our daughter that day? Kendo's mom, I see now, I guess we can trust him with our daughter and your emerald. 8 Kendo's dad, yeah and I think we will learn something amazing about that kid in the future. 2 Kendo's mom, we will see honey. After a while we see Izuku walking along the beach with 𝗓𝗓𝗓 and Kendo. Kendo, hey Izuku. Izuku, yeah. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, me and Kendo have been talking to each other about something. They stop walking and the girls are standing in front of Izuku. The girls are blushing and Izuku notices making him worry. Izuku, are you girls okay? You're both red, are you sick? One he then puts his hands on their foreheads and the girls blush even harder. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, well we wanted to tell you 𝗕𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗆. Izuku, you what? The girls then look at each other and nod. The girls, we low dash, they are interrupted by a crowd screaming. Random people, hey is that Midoriya? / he's the one who cleaned the beach. / can I have an autograph? Izuku, why are they this excited about me cleaning the beach? 3 Kendo, let's go somewhere more private. 𝗓𝗓𝗓 and Kendo then grab Izuku and start running. After a while of running the girls find themselves at a park under the moonlight. The 3 of them are catching their breath. Izuku, well that was tiring. The girls, why Izuku, anyways what did you 2 want to tell me? The girls' face look at each other and then they look at Izuku. The girls, Izuku, the girls, we love you. Izuku immediately turns red and the girls look down blushing. Izuku, Kendo, we love you, 𝗓𝗓𝗓, why Izuku, why do you 2 love me? Kendo, well you see you saved me from the sludge villain even though you were quirkless and you aren't afraid to protect others even if it means your life is on the life. I love you because you will do anything to protect those you care about. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, I love you because you saved me from the thug that day and you didn't make fun of how I looked because of my quirk. You showed me how nice you are to others no matter how they look or what they do. Izuku was shocked that 2 girls liked her, including Miriko. Izuku, I don't know what to say. Kendo, if you need time to answer we both understand. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, why yeah what she said. Izuku then sits on a bench to think about this. He then starts muttering slot of things. What about Miriko? What if other girls like me? Am I worthy of having such appealing women with me? He is stuck in his muttering state until the girls snap him out of it. 3 Kendo, Izuku calm down. 𝗓𝗓𝗓, yes if something is bothering you tell us so we can help you. Izuku, what if there are other girls who like me? The girls just stare at Izuku scaring him, making him think he just said something bad. Izuku, I'm sorry, I know it's a selfish thing to ask, but what do I do if they ask me out? How do I tell them no? I don't want to break their heart. He then starts to mutter over again until the girls start laughing. Izuku snaps out of it, looking towards the girls in confusion. Jiryu, Izuku, we are fine with sharing with you. Kendo, we are just happy to be with you, and if someone else likes you it's fine as long as they are okay with sharing as well. Izuku, are you sure you're okay with this? Kendo, as long as you treat us all with an equal amount of affection, then we are good. Jiryu, yeah, what she said. Izuku then takes a deep breath to calm himself down and take a moment to answer. Jiryu, so. Kendo, what's your answer? Izuku then gets up and walked to them. Izuku, I love you girls too, he said as he put his hands on their cheeks and kissed Kendo on the lips. They both kissed for a while and even started using tongue until Izuku broke it, leaving a trail of saliva from each other's lips. He then goes to Jiryu and starts to kiss her on the lips. She then starts to use her tongue as well, and Izuku starts to use tongue as well. They kiss each other with such desperation until Izuku breaks the kiss, leaving a trail of saliva from each other's lips. The girls then begin to push Izuku on the bench and sit on his lap. The two girls then start to take turns kissing Izuku. Before the night could get any more NTMT, they realize the time and get up. The three fix their clothes and begin to walk to Jiryu's house. Jiryu, I didn't know you were so good at kissing. Kendo, same here. Izuku, I didn't even know if I was doing it right the whole time. The three laugh together and continue down the road leading to Jiryu's house. They get to Jiryu's front door and Jiryu opens it, but before entering, Jiryu gives Izuku a peck on the lips and goes inside. He smiles as him and Kendo head to her house. With Jiryu, she is in her room dancing around cause she made out with Izuku. They then get to Kendo's house, but before she gets inside she gives Izuku a kiss while she holds him in his arms. He kisses back and after a while let each other go. Kendo waves and goes inside. Izuku waves as well before turning around and walking to his house. With Kendo, she flops on her bed and turns bright red cause she soon realized that she just made out with the green broccoli. Izuku gets home and 𝗏𝗏 sees that he is extremely happy. 𝗏𝗏, why are you so happy, sweetie? Izuku, well, remember Kendo and Kyoka. 𝗏𝗏, why wouldn't you hang out with them all the time? Izuku, well, we are dating each other now. 𝗏𝗏, that's great, sweetie. Which one are you dating? Izuku, both of them. 𝗏𝗏, wait, what? After Izuku explaining what had happened, 𝗏𝗏 started crying and holding her baby broccoli. After that, Izuku went up to his room and changed. He put the necklace he was given away in his desk drawer. And he put the emerald in a small box and put it under his bed. He then gets in bed and dozes off to sleep, thinking about what he should do tomorrow. We go to Izuku, who is already out of the house and is swinging around in the city of Japan. Spider-Man, it feels like it's been years since I swung even. Though it was just a day. As he is swinging, he is tackled to a building. He hits the floor but isn't supposed, since he already knows who it is. He looks up and sees a certain bunny hero on top of his chest. Spider-Man, morning Rumi. Miriko, morning Spidey. She then lifts his mask up to reveal his mouth and gives him a kiss. Spider-Man, why, you seem to be happy to see me. Miriko, of course I would be, you're here with me. Izuku then gives her a quick kiss on the cheek. Spider-Man, well, you just made my day a lot better too. Izuku puts his mask back on and starts to pet her head. Spider-Man, so what are you doing today? Miriko, nothing today, I just wanted to come find you. Spider-Man, well, that's nice to hear. They lay on the ground on top of the roof for a while until they hear sirens in the distance. Spider-Man, and that's my cue. He gets up with Miriko. Miriko, mind if I join in? Spider-Man, the more the merrier. The both jump off the building and go towards the siren. We then cut to a car chase. Police, pull over. Criminals, not a chance, losers. A few other criminals open the car's windows and start shooting at the police. Police, 𝗓𝗶𝗏, where are the heroes? Suddenly he sees two people fly by him. And it's Spider-Man and Miriko chasing the car with the criminals. Spider-Man, Miriko, get the civilians to safety, I'll stop the car. Miriko, on it, Spider-Man. Miriko jumps and grabbing civilians. keeping them away from getting hit by the car. Izuku lands on top of the car and one of the criminals peeks out of the window and starts shooting at him. Spider-Man dodges the bullets and webs the criminal out of the car, hanging the villain on a light post. Criminal, 𝗵𝗵𝗏. Izuku then jumps to the front of the hood and the criminal shoots the windshield. Izuku gets grazed by a bullet and dodges to the driver's side of the car. Izuku kicks the criminal out of the car and lands on the roof of the car. The car steers out of control and flips over. Izuku grabs the car and holds it up. He then carefully puts the car down and turns around to see if everyone is okay. Spider-Man, is everyone okay? The civilians praise Izuku and Miriko for saving them. A while after, the police take the two criminals away. Police officer, thank you for helping us stop the criminals. Spider-Man, just glad no one got hurt. Miriko, you said it, Spider-Man. Police officer, I'm kinda surprised that Miriko is helping the vigilante Spider-Man. Miriko, well, I kinda like this guy, so I kinda just stopped trying to catch him and we just work together now. Spider-Man, couldn't have said it better myself. Police officer, well, you two should get going before the heroes get here. Spider-Man, all right officer, see you soon. Miriko, same. Spider-Man swings away and Miriko jumps alongside him. After a while we see them both eating McDonald's on a rooftop, watching funny videos. When I first saw this I was laughing my butt off, and it's still funny to watch face with tears of joy. 10 They both laugh at video and almost choke on their chicken nuggets. After they are finished eating they go on another patrol around the city of Japan. As they are jumping from rooftop to rooftop they see flames in the distance. Miriko, endeavor. Spider-Man, not sure but we should still check it out. Miriko holds onto Izuku and Izuku swings to the flames. They get there and see a building on fire. They run to the firefighters and ask what happened. Firefighter, some kid had a quirk malfunction and he set fire to the building. He is still in the building but we can't get in. One Spider-Man, Miriko, get the other civilians away from the building. Miriko, but Spider-Man, I can help. Spider-Man, I know you can but I need you to keep them safe. Miriko, just be careful Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I'll try. He then asks the firefighter which floor the kid is on. Firefighter, he is on the 5th floor to the right. Spider-Man, all right then. Izuku then jumps onto the wall and runs up it to the 5th floor. He gets in and can't see a lot. He then hears a little boy crying and runs towards the crying. He sees the kid sitting in the living room crying into his knees. Little boy, it's all my fault. I'm so sorry. Spider-Man, hey, are you okay? Little boy, what do I do? It's all my fault. Spider-Man, listen kid, it's not your fault. Things like this happen a lot more than you think. Little boy, really? Spider-Man, of course, and we can't control what happens, so don't blame yourself for this, okay? The little boy thinks for a bit until the floor starts to cave in. Izuku then grabs the kid and they fall to the 4th floor. The kid is cushioned by Izuku's body. Izuku gets up and sees a piece of the wall missing. He runs towards it but a bunch of wood falls on top of him. He covers the kid from the fallen debris and gets burned by the wood. His scar starts to feel the pain and he lets out a small grunt. He slowly pushes the burning boards off him and jumps out to the hole in the wall. He webs the outside wall and lands safely on the floor. Spider-Man, 𝗓𝗢𝗏? The little boy looks at Spider-Man and notices that his costume is burnt up a bit but not badly. Little boy, I'll be fine. Spider-Man, glad you're safe kid. A random woman then runs to the kid and hugs him. Random women, my baby boy, you're okay? Thank you so much Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I am just glad I could help. He turns around and walks to the firefighter. Firefighter, thanks for the help Spider-Man, you as well Miriko. Izuku is waiting for Miriko to answer but she doesn't. He turns around and notices the civilians are looking at him in horror. He then turns to the firefighter who is also looking at him in horror. Spider-Man, Miriko, why are back? He then realizes what they are so scared about. The people see Izuku's nasty scar on his back that seems to be bleeding. Spider-Man, it's okay everyone, I'll be fine. Izuku then hears the sirens and knows it's time to leave. Spider-Man, bye now. He says as he swings away. Miriko, Spidey, wait. She says as she jumps after him. A while later we see Izuku sitting on the rooftop of the building. It's dark out and he is just sitting there looking down at the city. He then notices Miriko lands behind him. Miriko, Spidey, why didn't you tell me about your back, Spider-Man? I am sorry, Rumi, I just didn't want to worry you. She then goes in front of Izuku and holds his face with his mask still on. Miriko, Spidey, listen to me. He then looks up at her and notices she has some tears in her eyes. Miriko, I love you so much, and as your lover it's my job to worry about someone I love. She then lifts his mask a little, showing his mouth. Miriko, so please, I want to know why my boyfriend is okay. 9. She then gives him a kiss on the lips and Izuku kisses back. They kiss for a while until they both stop and looks at each other. Spider-Man, I'm sorry, I won't do this to you ever again. Miriko, you better note or else I will hurt you. Spider-Man, I promise. They then put their heads against each other and enjoy the moment of silence. Miriko, now you're coming with me so I can fix that up for you. Spider-Man, Rumi, I'll be 𝗲. He is cut off by Miriko's finger being placed on Izuku's lips. Miriko, no, like it or not, you're coming with me. As she says this, Izuku could feel the dark aura coming off of his bunny girlfriend. 1. Spider-Man, oh okay. 2. Miriko, good, now come on. 1. They both then make their way to Miriko's. After a while they get to Miriko's house. Miriko opens her front door and walks in with Izuku. Miriko, sit down on the couch while I go get some bandages and disinfect. Spider-Man, alright. He sits down on the couch and Miriko goes to get the things she needs. Izuku is looking around and notices that on her couch there is a Spider-Man plushie sitting there. 1. Spider-Man, since when did they make these? He then picks it up and inspects it. Spider-Man, it's kinda cute, the Rumi has a plush of me. As he is looking at the plush, he sees Miriko come back with a first aid kit. She then sees that Izuku is holding a plush of himself. He then looks at her and sees that she is slightly blushing. Miriko, I forgot to put that away. Spider-Man, since when did they make these? Miriko, I'm surprised you didn't notice that people have merch of you. Spider-Man, well, I gotta say, I look cute as a plush. Miriko, I mean you are already cute, Spider-Man, huh? Miriko, nothing. She sits down next to him and takes the plush away from him. She then opens her first aid kit and takes out disinfect and bandages. Miriko, okay, now take off your shirt. Spider-Man, Miriko, I mean I can't do his if you still have your suit on. Spider-Man, oh right, sorry. He then takes it off, revealing his six-pack and a few cuts on his chest. She just sits there admiring his body. Spider-Man, Rumi. She then snaps out of it and wipes the drool off her mouth. Miriko, alright. She then starts to put disinfect on his back. His back starts to burn from the disinfect, but he endures the pain. Miriko, sorry, Spider-Man. It's okay. She then puts the bandage on his back. After she finished putting the bandage on, Izuku is about to put his shirt on until Miriko gives him a hug. Spider-Man, what's wrong? Miriko, I just want to give you a hug. Izuku smiles a bit and then hugs her back. As she is hugging him, she feels his chest and she feels comfortable. Miriko, Spidey, Spider-Man, yeah, Rumi. Miriko, is it okay if you stay the night? Spider-Man, I don't know, are you sure you want me to stay? Miriko, why yeah, I would love it if you stayed. Spider-Man, well, alright then. 1. Miriko, yes. She says as she jumps off him. Miriko, I'll go get you some clothes, be right back. She then leaves to her room to get him some clothes. While she is gone, Izuku calls his mom and tells her that he is staying over a friend's house tonight. 1. Inko says it's okay and they tell each other good night. Miriko comes back with a big black shirt and a pair of white sweatpants. Izuku goes to the bathroom and changes. Miriko, hey Spidey, do you wanna watch a movie? Spider-Man, sure, put whatever, I'll be out in just a sec. She goes to a horror movie and doesn't start it without Izuku. Izuku is done and gets out. He sits down next to Miriko and she starts the movie. She leans her head on his shoulder and he puts his arm over her shoulder and watch the movie. Halfway through the movie, Izuku gets jump scared and jumps a bit. Miriko notices and giggles to herself. Miriko, It's okay Spidey, it's fake. Spider-Man, I know but the jump scares always get me Mariko. Will a kiss make you feel better? Spider-Man, maybe. She giggled and lifts Izuku's mask a bit and kisses him on the lips. After a while the kissing starts to escalate and they starts using tongue. Mariko sits on Izuku's lap while she is kissing him. Izuku holds her by the waist and the kiss gets more stuck. Mariko grabs one of Izuku's hands and slowly puts it under her shirt. Izuku then starts to kiss her neck, making her let out small moans. They then stop for a sec. Mariko, how about we finish this in my room? Spider-Man, oh okay, and that night none of Mariko's neighbors got any sleep. Izuku slowly wakes up in bed with Mariko. He looks around and notices that Mariko is holding on to him. He touches his face and realizes he still has his mask on. Izuku, how do I still have my mask on? 3. He decides to ignore it and slowly gets out of Mariko's grip and gets out of bed. He puts his clothes and suit back on. Izuku, it's still got the burns and holes in it but it'll do for now. He then looks at Mariko, realized he just did the deed with her. Izuku, he then starts to blush remembering how she was in bed. He shakes it off and looks back at Mariko. He walks up to her and covers her body in the blanket they were in. He then looks around and finds a small journal on a desk. He walks up to it and opens it. He takes a piece of paper and writes down something. He puts it on the counter near the bed. He raises his mask a little and gives her a small kiss on the cheek. He leaves the room and goes to the kitchen, making her some breakfast before leaving. He goes to the living room and opens a nearby window. He climbing out of it. He closes the window and swings away. As he leaves, Mariko wakes up. Mariko, man, that was something. She looks around and notices the Spider-Man is gone. She then notices a piece of paper on the counter near the bed. She picks it up and reads it. Spider-Man, hey Rumi, sorry about your journal. I just wanted to leave a note so you don't worry. I hope you have a good morning. See you soon. P.S. I made you some breakfast. Mariko, that's sweet of you Spidey. We then go to Izuku, who is doing his daily swing around Japan. Spider-Man, I should get some coffee. Izuku then swings to a nearby cafe and enters the store. Those that are in the cafe greet Izuku with some enthusiasm. Izuku says good morning to everyone and order a donut with a cup of coffee. As he leaves the cafe, he is noticed by a certain woman with white hair. Ray, oh good morning Spider-Man. Spider-Man, oh good morning Ray. Ray, I saw what happens yesterday on the news. Are you okay? Spider-Man, oh I'm fine now, my scar was reopened but I'll be fine. Ray, that's good to hear, but what about your costume? It's torn up and some of your back is exposed. Spider-Man, oh I'll think of something. Ray, maybe I can help, I know how to sew clothes. Spider-Man, are you sure? I don't want to be a bother. Ray, of course, think of this as returning the favor for saving me. Spider-Man, well if you're okay with it Ray. Okay, let me get my coffee and we can go to my house so I can fix your suit. For Spider-Man, alright then. A few moments later we see Izuku and Ray at her house. Spider-Man, so you still live with 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Ray, well I have nowhere else to go and I don't trust him with my kids. Spider-Man, you must really care for your children. Ray, I love them with all my heart till I did something to one of my children that I can never forgive myself for. Spider-Man, what happened? Ray, well a few years back I was being mentally abused by my so-called husband 𝗕𝗏𝗏 and it made me do something horrible to my son 𝗧𝗏. To Spider-Man, hey if you don't want to tell me what happened then I understand. Ray, I think it would be better if I did. Spider-Man, alright then. She then tells Izuku about her throwing hot steaming water at 𝗧𝗏's face, leaving a scar on the right side of his face. Ray, and that's about it. I know you will hate me for what I have done. Spider-Man, I didn't blame you for what happened, it was because of 𝗕𝗏𝗏's abuse to you. Ray, still I can't forgive myself for hurting my child. Spider-Man, but did he forgive you? Ray, well yes but Spider-Man, but nothing, your son already forgave you. I understand that you feel guilty, but if you already forgives you then you can forgive yourself as well. Through it. Understood what Izuku meant and decided to consider forgiving herself and spending more time with her family. Ray, thank you Spider-Man for understanding. Spider-Man, I'm just doing this to help those in need. Ray hears his words and smiles a bit. Ray, you are a spectacular hero. Spider-Man, but I'm not a hero. I'm a vigilante, basically a criminal myself. Ray, and yet so many people look up to you and I don't remember a time you committed a crime. Plus you're a hero to me. For Spider-Man, well I guess you're right, I'm a hero in my own way. Ray, exactly, now follow me so I can fix your suit. Spider-Man, alright. They go to a room and Ray tells him to take a seat. Ray, if it's okay to ask, can you take off your suit so I can fix it? Spider-Man, but what about my mask, Ray? It doesn't look too damaged so you can leave it on. Spider-Man, alright. He takes his costume off and is slightly embarrassed taking off his costume in front of a woman. Ray stares at him in awe as she can see a few of his small scars and his muscular body. Spider-Man, here you go, Ray. Thanks. She then turns around and begins to fix it up. Izuku is just sitting on a chair looking around trying to make this less awkward. Spider-Man, Ray. Suddenly as Ray is sewing his suit she pokes her finger with the needle. Ray. Spider-Man, are you okay? Ray, yes, I just poked my finger with the needle, it's fine. Spider-Man, can I see? Ray, I'm sure. Izuku gets up and walks over to Ray. He holds her hand and looks at it. She didn't just poke it, she kinda stabbed it. It was bleeding a bit and Izuku decided to patch it up. Spider-Man, where do you keep your band-aids? Ray, in the bathroom, but I'm fine. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Ray, you didn't just poke it, it's bleeding. Ray, I'll be fine, I swear. Spider-Man, nope, be right back. He leaves the room going around the house trying to find the bathroom. Ray is sewing the suit. She starts to think about how much Spider-Man cared a lot about her even though she said she would be fine. Ray, am I falling for him? 12 After a while Izuku come back with a band-aid and Ray has finished fixing his suit. Izuku walks up to her and Ray turns around revealing the new fixed suit. Ray, I hope you don't mind, I added a few things to your suit. She shows him the suit and he looks at it in amazement. Spider-Man, wow, it looks great. Ray, try it on. She gives him the suit and he goes to put it on. He comes back and shows her the suit. He comes back and shows her the suit for Spider-Man. This feels nice. Ray, glad you like it. Spider-Man, oh right, could you come here a sec? Ray, oh what is it? She walks over and Izuku holds her hand gently. She blushes a bit but shakes it off. Izuku pulls out a band-aid and puts it on her finger. Spider-Man, they're all better. Ray, thank you Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you're welcome Ray. They both go to the front door and Ray opens it for Spider-Man. Spider-Man, oh right. Ray. Spider-Man, in case you ever need my help or something, call this number. He gives Ray a piece of paper with Izuku's number on it. Ray, oh thank you. Spider-Man, I hope we meet again soon Ray. Ray, until we meet again Spider-Man. Izuku nods and leaves the house and swings away. Ray closes the door and sits on the couch. She looks at the piece of paper that has Izuku's number. She takes out her phone and puts Izuku's number into contacts and names his number. Heart suit, Spider-Man heart suit. She then turns off her phone and puts it back in her pocket. Ray, she then smiles with a small blush. 3 Ray, Spider-Man, we then go to Izuku who is swinging around Japan. Spider-Man, I still have some sunlight left, I'll swing around a bit more before going back home. 1 and he does just that, he swings over people kinda showing off his costume. Random man, whoa, where did you get that costume Spider-Man? Spider-Man, a very good friend made it for me. He then swings off looking for crime. After a while we see him land on a building. Spider-Man, alright, that's enough for today. He is about to swing off until he hears someone screaming, get off me. Criminal, just give me your goddamn money you pink F. 2, no. The criminal then pulls out a knife putting it up to her neck. Criminal, look, this will be easier if you just hand over the money. I won't give you a penny. Criminal, then so be it. He is about to cut her neck until a web attaches to the criminal's hand and pulls the kids away. Criminal, 𝗬𝗲𝗏. Spider-Man, come on man, you should know better than to rob appealing girls such as her. Criminal, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. 2 Criminal, I won't let you catch me Spider-Man. The criminal runs at Spider-Man throwing a right hook at him. Izuku sidesteps and dodges the attack. Izuku then goes behind him and kicks him in the face, knocking him out. Izuku then goes behind him and kicks him in the face, knocking him out. 3. He then webs him to the ground. Spider-Man, justice is served. 1. He says as he does a superhero pose. 2. Oh my god, thank you so much, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, no problem. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 Spider-Man, well, I'm glad you're safe, 𝗧𝗵𝗲, so can you call the police and let them know about this? 1. Mina, of course. After a while the police are about to arrive. Mina, thank you again, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I'm just glad I was here to help. Mina, here, let me give you a reward. Spider-Man, it's fine, 𝗧𝗵𝗲, you don't need to dash. He is cut off by a kiss on the cheek by Mina. 3. She then gives him a piece of paper. Mina, be sure to call me, okay? Spider-Man, sure. Here, let me give you my number in case you in need of help. Mina, oh thank you. They exchange numbers and Spider-Man swings away blushing. Spider-Man, this has been one hell of a day. After a while Izuku makes it back home. 3. He is at the front door and he knocks on it. 𝗏𝗏, coming. She opens the door and sees Izuku standing there. Spider-Man, hey mom. 𝗏𝗏 hugs him. 𝗏𝗏, oh you're okay sweetie. You had so worried. Spider-Man, sorry mom. 𝗏𝗏, it's okay, now come on, let's get inside. They get inside and Izuku gets out of his costume. He takes a bath to relax his muscles. He later leaves the bathroom relieved and gets into some clean clothes. Izuku, alright, I gave my suit to mom, I got myself a bath, what now? He then sits on his bed and thinks for a bit. Izuku, I should tell the girls good night. He then grabs his phone and texts to each one of them good night. Mariko, night Spidey. Kendo, good night Izu. Jiru, good night Zuzu. Ray, good night Spider-Man. Mina, good night my spider. Izuku lays back on his bed and goes under his blanket. He closes his eyes and slowly starts to fall asleep. Plus Izuku, wait a minute. He grabs his phone and looks at the messages and realizes that he did the deed with Mariko. He kissed Kendo and Jiru, got a kiss by Mina, and spent some time with Ray. 1. Izuku, what do I tell them? Hey girls, I'm dating all of you. They will just think I'm a playboy. 1. He then goes back to bed and decides to ask his mom for advice tomorrow. Izuku, I will either get my butt dumped or kicked. 5. He falls asleep an hour later than usual. It's morning and mostly everyone is awake. Izuku goes downstairs and starts to eat his breakfast. Izuku, hey mom. 𝗏𝗏, yes. Izuku, I have a problem. 𝗏𝗏, wait, you're not hurt are you? Izuku, no, I'm fine, the problem is more about relationships. 𝗏𝗏, oh okay then. Sweetie, tell me what's wrong. Izuku then proceeds to tell his mom about the relationships he has had with Mariko, Ray, Kendo and Jiru, and Mina. 𝗏𝗏, oh my Izuku, are you a playboy? Izuku, no. I just don't know what I should do. If they think I am a playboy like you just thought, it would ruin my friendship with them. 𝗏𝗏, sweetie, I have never been in this kind of situation before. Izuku looks down, thinking about all of the possibilities. 𝗏𝗏, but the only thing I can ask you is. Izuku looks up to his mom to listen. 𝗏𝗏, do you truly love them? Izuku, of course I do mom, I love each one of them. 𝗏𝗏, then the best you can do is tell them to our truth sweetie. Izuku, what if they get mad? 𝗏𝗏, of course they will get mad sweetie, but the only choice you have is to tell them the truth. Hiding it would only make them more mad at you. Izuku knew his mom was right, but it would still hurt if they hated him if he told them. Izuku, you right mom, it's the only way. 𝗏𝗏, I'm glad you understand, now finish up your breakfast. Izuku finishes and tells his mom by leaving the house. Izuku pulls out his phone and calls Kendo and Jiru. Izuku, I'll talk to them first. Izuku calls them and tells them to meet him at a rooftop. After a while Izuku gets there and sees Kendo and Jiru waiting for him. Kendo, hi Izu. Jiru, good morning Zuzu. Izuku, why a good morning? Kendo and Jiru notice something is wrong with Izuku and ask him if he is okay. Izuku, well, there is something I have to tell you. Kendo and Jiru wait for Izuku to tell them. Izuku, there are other girls in my relationship life. Kendo and Jiru look at him with shock and then it turned to anger. Kendo, are you kidding me, Izuku? Jiryu, so you have been cheating on us, one Izuku, and no, it's not like that. Kendo, then what is it like? Izuku, Izuku can't explain it because he was still new to relationships. Two Kendo and Jiryu are disappointed with Izuku. Jiryu, he needs some time to think. Kendo, I have already made up my mind. Kendo and Jiryu leave the building. Izuku is still there, sad that the girl hated him. Even though he knew this would happen, it still hurt. Izuku, okay, now for the others. He gets in his spider costume and swings around looking for Miriko. After a while he can't find her, until he is tackled to a rooftop. Miriko, morning Spidey. Spider-Man, gee, good morning, Miriko. Hey, are you okay? Izuku, not air is something I have to tell you, Miriko. Oh, well, let me hear what's wrong. He tells her and she is mad. Miriko, so are you saying what we had was fake, Spider-Man? No, I actually do love you, Miriko. I'm sorry, but I need to think about this. She jumps away, leaving Izuku on the roof. He then goes and tells the other two, and Ray was sad while Mina was a bit mad. 6 after he finishes, he landed on a nearby building and took off his mask. Izuku, this was for the bestiff, they hate me and don't want to talk to me, understand? He has some tears going down his face. He wipes them away and puts his mask back on. He swings off the building and goes to do some vigilante work. After that we see Kendo in her room, who is pissed about the conversation with Izuku. Kendo, if he didn't like us he could have just said so. She flops her desk, dropping all her things onto the floor. She then sits in the bed. She has a few tears in her eyes and wipes them away. She sits there and takes a breather, thinking if what she did was the right call. She then sees that there is glass on the floor and looks to see what it came from. She finds a picture frame on the floor and picks it up. It's her, Jiryu, and Izuku taking a photo together. She looks at Izuku, who is smiling with them in the picture. Kendo, at least he did tell us, not keeping it a secret. She doesn't know what to do about Izuku and fixes her room. She places the photo frame on her desk and sits on the bed. She puts her hands on her face, thinking about her next plan of action. We then go to Jiryu, who is in her room crying in a pillow. Jiryu, I don't understand, does he even love us? She continues to cry until she starts to remember the good times they had. Jiryu, maybe he does love us, but I can't see him, not right now. We then go to Miriko, who is jumping from building to building. Miriko, I can't believe him. She stops on a rooftop and sits near the edge. Miriko, was he justicing me? She starts to think until she remembers what Spider-Man did for everyone. He risked his life for people. He changes criminals' heart, giving them a second chance. He even almost died protecting a woman. Miriko, no, he wasn't using me, he isn't like that. She then realizes that Spider-Man could have kept this a secret but told her anyways. Miriko, I should talk to him, but not right now. After that we go to Ray, who is sitting in her room. Ray, I thought he was different. She starts to think that Spider-Man was just another man looking for a woman to do things with. She then holds her finger that still has a band-aid on it. Ray, she then remembers everything Spider-Man has done for Japan. He makes everyone happy, he protects those in need. He even almost died protecting her from Endeavor. Ray, maybe she thought about talking to him. Ray, not right now, I am still upset about this. We then go to Mina, who is sitting in her room kinda mad. Mina, I can't believe he was with other girls, for she then remembers how she didn't even ask him if he was in a relationship. To Mina, I'm an idiot. To she then goes to her phone about to call him but stops herself. Mina, maybe I should wait a bit. All the girls were thinking about talking to him. After that we go back to Izuku, who just finished stopping a robbery. Police officer, thank you for your help, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you're welcome, officer. Police officer, is something wrong? Spider-Man, let's just say I have some relationship issues. Police officer, oh, I understand, I have been in the same spot as you. Spider-Man, you have. Police officer, yeah, but the only thing you can do is wait to see what happens. Spider-Man, yeah, I guess you're right, take care. One police officer, you to Spider-Man. He swings back to his house. He changes in a nearby alleyway and walks the rest to the way home. He is at the front door and knocks. Inko opens the door and sees that Izuku has some tears in his eyes. Izuku, I don't think they want to see me anymore. Plus 𝐒𝐭 gives him a hug and he starts crying in his shoulder. After that we see Izuku is in his room looking at the pictures he took with the girls. He then looks at 𝗬𝗏𝗍 gifts Kendo and 𝗧𝗏𝗧's parents gave them. Izuku, I should go these back to their parents in the morning, I don't deserve them. He then puts them away, gets in bed and dozes off to sleep. Izuku was awake in bed still upset that the girl were mad at him. He gets up and puts his costume on and goes downstairs. 𝗏𝗏, morning sweetie. Spider-Man, morning mom. 𝗏𝗏 sees that Izuku already has his costume on. 𝗏𝗏, you already have your costume on. Izuku, yeah, I kinda want to forget about what happened yesterday. 𝗏𝗏, alright sweetie, finish your breakfast before leaving. Izuku, okay mom. After he finishes breakfast he tells his mom goodbye and swings off without anyone seeing him. He is swinging around Japan looking for crime, and as he is swinging over an alleyway he hears two criminals talking to each other. Criminal #1. Did you hear what the boss said? Criminal #2. No, why? Criminal #1. Well, we are going to be attacking 𝗧𝗏 today. Criminal #2. Isn't that the place some of the UA students are going to? Criminal #1. Why else do you think we are attacking there, dumbass? Spider-Man. Wait, that's where J.I.R.U. and Kendo go. Kendo is in 1A and she replaced Mineta. 11 Izuku jumps down making the two criminals jump. Criminal #2. W, who's there? Spider-Man. It's just your friendly city-loving Spider-Man. Criminal #1. Oh, see, Spider-Man, now I got a question for both of you. As Izuku is interrogating the two criminals, we go to Kendo and J.I.R.U. who are in the bus. Going to 𝗧𝗏. J.I.R.U. I think we should talk to him about it. Kendo. Yeah, you're right, we were a little too harsh on him. J.I.R.U. Then it's settled, when we get out of school we should go to his house and talk to him. Kendo. 𝗷𝗏𝗏. She is interrupted by a pink-skinned girl coming from behind Kendo's seat. Mina, what are you two girls talking about? Kendo. It's nothing Mina. J.I.R.U. Yeah, we are just talking about boys. Mina. Well then, since we are on the topic about boys, she gets closer to Kendo and J.I.R.U. whispering to them. Mina, I kissed Spider-Man on the cheek. Kendo and J.I.R.U.'s eyes were wide open as they heard Mina say she missed their boyfriend. J.I.R.U. Really? Mina. Yes, but he told me that there were other girls he loved. He told me he loved me too, but I was mad and left. Two Kendo and J.I.R.U. start to feel bad. Izuku truly loved them, and the other girls that were in his love life. Mina talks to them for a while until they get to 𝗧𝗏. 𝗧𝗏. Alright class, leave the bus in a orderly fashion. He is interrupted by the class leaving the bus as fast as possible. 𝗧𝗏. They all get inside 𝗧𝗏 and the same thing goes on in the anime until a warp gate opens and a man with a mist-like body comes out of it. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. So this is class 1A. The students put their guards up facing the warp villain. Bakugo and Kiri then jump at him ready to attack. The black hole rescue hero tries to stop them but it is too late. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 warps Bakugo and Kirishima away. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 then warps the students to random spots, issuing a few students. The black hole hero point her finger at 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 which opens and starts to 𝐒𝐭𝐫 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 in. He warps the hole trying to 𝐒𝐭𝐫 him in behind the black hole hero. She is then heavily injured. Aizawa, you kids stay here and protect 13. 1 Uraraka. But Mr. Aizawa, where are you going? Aizawa, I'm going to deal with a few criminals. He jumps down and starts to attack the villains. We then go to Kendo who is falling in the water zone. Before she hits the water, 𝗧𝗏 grabs her and puts her on the boat. Kendo, thanks 𝗧𝗏. 𝗧𝗏, no problem, Karo. 2 They both then look over the boat and see that some of the criminals are in the water. Kendo, how are we gonna get out of this, Karo? 𝗧𝗏, I think I might have a plan, but if we mess up we are as good as dead. While Kendo and 𝗧𝗏 are getting ready we go to J.I.R.U. who is fighting criminals with Momo and Denki. J.I.R.U. D-minute, we can't hold out like this forever. Momo, I might have an idea. She creates a cover that will protect them from electricity. Momo, Kaminari, give them everything you got. Denki, with pleasure. He shoots electricity around him, shocking every criminal. After that the two girls get out from under the cover and see that all the criminals are knocked out. They are about to leave until Denki gets grabbed by one of the criminals who weren't affected by it. Criminal, what are you gonna do? No dash. He is interrupted by Todoroki, who turned him into a ice popsicle. Momo, thank God you made it. Todoroki, Todoroki, are you guys hurt? One Jairu, we will be fine, but let's get back with the others. They all run back to the others while Todoroki runs off to look for others. We then cut back to Kendo, who is getting ready to start their plan with 𝗬. Kendo, ready. 𝗬, yeah. 𝗬 throws Kendo off the boat with her young and jumps as well. Kendo faces down and enlarges her hands. She then claps her hands, making the water turn into a whirlpool. The criminals scream as they get sucked in. 𝗬 then grabs Kendo with her tongue and lands in the water. They swim out of the water, but the criminals are about to catch them until Todoroki freezes the water, trapping the villains. Todoroki, are you two okay? One Kendo, yeah, we will be fine, thanks. They then see a big creature and hide behind bushes. They see the creature breaking Aizawa's arm and holding his head in the ground. All of the students safe watching in horror as their teacher is being beaten down by the creature. Aizawa, why isn't my quirk working? A guy with a hand on his face walks up to him. Shigaraki, that's because it has more than one quirk. Aizawa's eyes widen as he hears Shigaraki say that. Shigaraki, I would like you to meet 𝗵𝗲. The Nomu screeches, making everyone cover the ears. Shigaraki then notices Kendo, Todoroki, and 𝗬 behind the bushes. He rushes at them and holds his hand out in front of Kendo's face. Shigaraki, since All Might isn't here, I might as well kill a few of your students for the fun of it. He is about to touch Kendo until a web attaches to Shigaraki's hand, pulling him away from Kendo and reviving a kick to the head. He flies a few feet away and looks to see who it is. Spider-Man, don't worry everyone, your friendly city-loving Spider-Man is here. Shigaraki, Spider-Man. Kiri, look at Spider-Man. Zero, no way's here. The students are relieved that Spider-Man is here. Shigaraki, CRP, this wasn't supposed to happen. Spider-Man, alright tough guy, let's see what you got. Shigaraki, Nomu, kill Spider-Man. The creature screeches and charges at Izuku. And Izuku charged at the Nomu ready to fight.